Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Disney ditching Georgia. And Georgia, I guess, built up this movie economy. And then Disney's like, yeah, we're just going to film everything overseas. Tough luck. And people are freaking out. But I'm like, hey, I thought you wanted Disney to leave Georgia because you don't like the abortion policy there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. When they were voting or doing things with elections and voting the way they didn't like, they were complaining about how you should leave, you shouldn't work there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh my God, they left Georgia. What do we do?
Now they're mad about that too. So
I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Yeah. So Disney is ditching Georgia for the UK, killing local jobs. Cosmic Book News has it. Actually came from originally the Wall Street Journal, but we'll go out to this version first, and then we'll go out to the original article. According to the report, Marvel Studios has pulled the plug on filming in Georgia, abandoning a state it helped turn into a production powerhouse over the last decade. According to the Wall Street Journal, Marvel is now shifting its upcoming slate, which include the Fantastic Four and includes next Spider-Man and 2 Avengers films, to the UK, where production is cheaper thanks to lower labor costs and comparable tax incentives.
We're gonna go to the UK because people work cheaper.
Yeah.
So wait, I thought that the Hollywood was all about, how we have to help people and you have to give them your money and you have to tell all the plebs that you need to help everybody else, and people should be paid better and all this other stuff, and we need to strike so we get paid better and all this other stuff. But we're gonna send everything to the UK because it's cheaper because everybody there works cheap.
Yeah. Isn't that
I'm
weird?
just saying,
look, I don't know how much sway the unions have in Georgia, but everybody in the U.S. now in this industry costs a lot more. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of outsourcing. We're going to see a lot of international tax credits being taken advantage of, and we're going to see a lot of AI.
So, yeah, translation, you guys went on strike, asked for all the stuff. You got it, but...
Oh my God,
they
guys.
Cheaper in the UK. So.
Who could have foreseen this coming? Tax incentives lured studios to help build the Hollywood of the South. Now they're going overseas for cheaper labor costs, said the Wall Street Journal. Now,
yeah, because they said the tax incentives are comparable. So it's not the tax incentives. It's because it's cheaper for people to work over there.
And this happens all the time. Pennsylvania especially. We've talked about the utter state of the state of Pennsylvania in a previous episode, but like Pennsylvania, the reason we don't have the manufacturing jobs here like we used to is that they got lured away with tax incentives in other states, and the taxes, the corporate taxes, are very, very high here. But they would get tax incentives to come here for like 5 to 7 years, and then once that was up, they would just pack it up and go down south to like Arizona or something.
That's not down south, but that's out west. But yes,
out west.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Yeah, it's been a very, very long day, and I didn't get to sleep last night because our dog has got I don't know, ADHD or something. I don't know what is up with the dog, but he just runs in circles all night. He would not let me sleep.
So anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it's that's out west. But they're leaving the U.S. and going overseas, which they've been doing. And now they're doing it not just because of tax credits, but now that's not enough. Now it's because they're cheaper. The employees are cheaper there.
Oh, of course they are. I mean, look, they're going to take every advantage they can take because they have to save money because everything costs more now. And they're not making the money on these movies like they used to. I guess you could justify it when every movie you made, no matter how freaking stupid it was, made $1 billion. Now you're lucky if you can crack 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all, so they're going to cut corners, right? But I remember a couple of years ago, it wasn't that long ago. Oh, guys, this is horrible. We need to pull out of Georgia because of the abortion laws in Georgia or whatever. Well, and they're like, oh, we can't work with Georgia. Well, they built this whole Hollywood there. And this happened in Pittsburgh, too. It happened in Pittsburgh. They had a whole kind of cottage industry until they decided they didn't want to do it anymore. And then they just kind of up and left. They said, rising costs in Georgia means it's now cheaper to shoot in the UK.
So when it was when it didn't have the industry built up to support them, And people could work cheaper now that they have the industry and they probably unionized and all this other stuff. They got to go to the UK.
Yeah, they said workers there are generally paid less, and the studios don't even have to cover their health insurance.
Dang. That's sorry
expensive.
to hear that in the UK. Yeah, well, they have universal healthcare over there. Yeah.
Marvel joins the overseas exodus. As noted, Marvel isn't alone. Universal shot Wicked in the UK. Barbie was filmed in the same British facility now being used for Marvel's productions, ironically, because Barbie was supposed to be in at California, LA. Yeah. Disney already holds. So, okay, I just want to stop there. We've got movies that are supposedly taking place in New York and LA being shot. In LA, especially, is like right in your backyard, and it's cheaper to go to the UK than to film the movie in LA. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
That was
because they don't have to pay for health care.
That was like the new Ghostbusters. I was shocked to find out that they didn't actually go to New York to shoot most of that movie. They actually shot a lot of Ghostbusters on a lot. It was all CGI, and even the library scene was done with CGI. It was like
the new one, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. Frozen Empire. Yeah, they had a whole thing about how they did the New York street scenes with CGI. The library was done with CGI. I'm like, you can't even film a Ghostbusters movie in New York. It's so cost prohibitive.
I think, the CGI would cost a lot more, but you
would think.
And it could be too, like permits and getting to be able to clear the streets, and it could be like you can't shut the streets down like you used to or something. Who knows? But they're saying that the different studios are being leased already, and Disney has the long-term lease on a major studio outside London, making the transition easy because it's probably permanent that Disney gets that studio.
Yeah, I mean, this is how they do it, though. All these companies, they basically go wherever the tax incentives are, and then when the time runs out or it gets too cost prohibitive, because, again, if you're bringing industry to an area like Georgia, well, the costs are going to go up in Georgia, and then Georgia's no longer going to be cost effective. It's going to be cost prohibitive.
So they're going to do it in the UK, and they'll do it until it's too expensive, and then they'll just carpet bag it over someplace else.
Locusts. They're like locusts, and then what happens is when they leave these towns, though, when the circus leaves town, and this happened in Pennsylvania with the gas and oil. Gas and oil industries, they basically came in a lot of towns in Pennsylvania. They kind of blew up overnight, and like it was a huge boom. There was all kinds of building construction, not enough housing for people, all kinds of restaurants. It was actually really good for a while, and then once the circus left town, then we had all these businesses collapse and a bunch of houses that couldn't be sold, and everything just started to decay. It's a bust and boom
that's
cycle.
What sounds like it's going to happen here too.
So they said there's an absolute bloodbath with no recovery in sight. According to Reddit user, Reddit admins or stands responded to the Wall Street Report, said, I was in production in the South for over 15 years. I just worked my last production in May and started a real job. It's an absolute bloodbath out there for film crews, especially for my New Orleans brothers and sisters. I know over a dozen NOLA crew that have had to move and switch their local union to chase the incentives, and they're still struggling to find work. The rest have left the industry. A lot of people are. It doesn't matter if you're in Georgia. It doesn't matter if you're in other parts of the country associated with the film industry. It's not in a good place right now, just in general. And I'm sorry, the strikes actually had the opposite effect, I believe. There are fewer productions now, and they're trying to cut as many corners as they can, and outsourcing is a huge part of it. AI is going to be a huge part of it. A lot of people don't realize that working in film isn't a job. Each show is a contract.
Yes, we have said that. How many times? How many times have we told people this?
Yep, you have to, get the calls ahead. You have to bid after this. Oh my God! After the strikes, this is on Reddit. After the strikes, a race to the bottom started with rates and rentals, and it has been severe. Labor rates have dropped as much as $17 an hour to do the same job. Rental rates have dropped over $1,000 a week for the same gear. So even if you're getting work, you're making substantially less money. Film work is well and truly fucked with no recovery in sight.
Shocker, I tell you. Absolute shocker.
The corporations are going to look out for their bottom lines. They don't really care about you, but they're not really obligated. I mean, let's be honest. It's entertainment. I love entertainment. You love entertainment. It's a non-essential, and they're going to make it as cheaply as they can because it's a non-essential. Not as many people are going to the movies now. They're not spending as much money on movies as they used to. And
well, they're
and
just tired of
streaming went
Marvel, and Marvel was one of the big things in Georgia. Marvel was we would go through Georgia when we would be going down to Florida to cover stuff, and we stop at like the sometimes we drove, we'd stop at one of like the rest stops or whatever, and they'd have big billboards about, you know,
Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
Yeah.
You know, bite Robert Downey Jr.'s peach or something. You know, it was because the peach was but then I remember everybody was like flipping out. They're like, you gotta leave Georgia because of politics. You should leave Georgia because of politics. Well, there you go, guys. They love Georgia.
Now you're mad about it.
Now you're mad about it. Anyway,
you didn't even get the politics. So
you get the politics. You get the It's just it's crazy. It's just welcome to the new reality. I think it's going to take a long time for people to adjust to it. But this
again,
is
not saying it's right.
I'm not saying it's right.
It was what was going to happen. Here
We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Attention, stupid humans. Warlords are evil, just like Gary Gygax and Professor Tolkien warned you. Series 1 of these orc enamel pins are on Kickstarter again for a very limited time. Pick your clan, join the Horde, and cause some mayhem. Go to badorks.com. That's badorks.com.